Welcome to Delaware Law School. Okay, let's dive into this. You've just embarked on an absolutely incredible and, challenging journey by stepping through the doors of law school. But getting your degree? Well, that's just one part of the equation, right? The ultimate goal here is to launch a deeply fulfilling legal career, and that is exactly what we're focusing on in today's explainer, the Career Development Office, or as we call it, the CDO. Think of this as your personal map for navigating your professional path over the next few years. You really aren't wandering through this landscape alone. You've got an entire office totally dedicated to supporting you as you explore and actually pursue your legal career goals. Let's take a look at exactly who is on that map with you. Because behind every great resource is, you guessed it, a great team of real people. And the CDO is absolutely no exception. Your career development team is made up of 3 incredibly dedicated professionals. First up, we have Tanea McDonald, Esquire, who serves as your Assistant Dean for Career Development. Next, there's Mallory Deerdorf-Dawson, Esquire, your Associate Director. And rounding out this core team is Victoria Visconti, the Coordinator for Career Development and Experiential Learning. This is the crew that is so excited to meet you, and honestly, they're really looking forward to working with you to help shape your future. They are your primary guides. But, speaking of Victoria's title, it brings up a super important distinction about how different offices actually function here at the law school. Let's clear that up right away. Now, what's really interesting about this distinction is how your lanes of support are divided up. It's super easy to kind of mix up the CDO with experiential learning, but they actually handle completely different aspects of your journey. So the CDO, they assist strictly with internships and your post-graduation job placement. Basically, if you're looking for a job after you cross that graduation stage, the CDO is your hub, period. On the flip side, during your time in law school, you might want to snag some hands-on academic credit through a clinic or an externship. Those specific opportunities are handled entirely by the Experiential Learning Department, which is led by Assistant Dean Dana Harrington-Connor. Remember Victoria Visconti from a second ago? She's the bridge here. She coordinates for both departments and works directly with Dean Harrington-Connor too. So just keep this mental structure in your back pocket. CDO for internships and jobs, experiential learning for clinics and externships. Make sense? So, what exactly does the CDO do to get you ready for those post-grad jobs? Well, they provide a really specific, highly actionable set of services. We're talking expert guidance on your application materials, meaning they're going to help you polish that resume and cover letter until they absolutely shine. They'll prep you for interviewing, teach you the sort of unwritten rules of legal networking, and guide your overall job search strategy. Their big, overarching goal isn't just to hand you a list of job openings. No way. It's to help you build the core skills, the unshakable confidence, and the real-world professional connections you need to genuinely succeed, both while you're at Delaware Law and long after you leave. It's basically a comprehensive career toolkit. And the crazy thing? Learning how to use that toolkit starts immediately. Right out of the gate, during your very first few weeks of law school, you are going to attend a mandatory CDO orientation. Now listen, this isn't just some administrative box to check off. This is foundational. In this orientation, you'll formally meet the CDO team. But more importantly, this is exactly where you get introduced to the vast, sometimes overwhelming landscape of different legal career paths. You're going to learn the specific timeline for your own development and job search, which is huge because in legal hiring, timing is quite literally everything. You'll also dive into the methodology behind researching practice areas, finding the right employers, and navigating recruitment. It completely sets the stage for everything that follows. From there, your interaction with the CDO naturally evolves over time. Like we said, it all kicks off with that mandatory orientation in weeks 1 through 3, but that's really just the starting line. Throughout the rest of your entire law school experience, you have continuous, open access to the team. You can easily schedule one-on-one counseling appointments. You'll do this by jumping onto a platform called Simplicity. Get used to that name, it's going to become very familiar to you, and just navigating over to the counseling tab. And hey, what if you just have a quick question or a sudden panic moment? Walk-in appointments are totally available too, time permitting, of course. The whole structure is designed to be there whenever you need it. But here is where we need to have a very honest, real conversation about how this all actually works. So, the crucial point is this. Your career journey is ultimately your own. The CDO is a phenomenal resource, absolutely, but they are your guides, not your chauffeurs. They provide the map and the compass, but it's entirely your responsibility to seek out the info, to actually use the tools, and to take the initiative in securing those internships and jobs. This requires you to really put skin in the game. What does that actually look like in practice? It means you're the one refining your application materials. You are the one researching employers. You are the one networking and showing up to events to explore different areas of law. The CDO's resources are your launch pad. It is 100% up to you to actively learn more and seize those opportunities.
Let's look at a metaphor from the source material that really hits the nail on the head regarding this process. Think of your career journey as a literal path you're walking down. On some days, it feels like a leisurely stroll. Things are clicking, you're reviewing materials on your own, everything's great. You don't even really need the CDO. But eventually, you might hit quicksand. Quicksand represents those highly frustrating moments in your career when sheer effort alone just isn't cutting it. Despite your absolute best attempts, you feel completely stuck. Maybe you're firing off dozens of applications and getting nothing back but complete silence. Crickets. Or maybe you find yourself in an internship that clearly doesn't align with your goals anymore, but you have no clue how to pivot. Or maybe you're just overwhelmed, feeling a bit underprepared and uncertain about your next move. That awful feeling of sinking, yeah, that's the quicksand.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly when you need to reach out to the CDO. Because think about it, when you're in real quicksand, flailing around on your own usually just makes you sink faster, right? The CDO is your lifeline. When you feel stuck, they step in to offer that absolutely vital external perspective, plus the specific tools and strategies that you simply might not be able to see from down in the muck. You know how sometimes you're just too close to a problem to see the obvious solution? That's exactly what they're there for. The CDO is designed to help you stop flailing, regain your footing, and start moving forward again with renewed intention and strategy. They help you hit the reset button.
So we've covered the team, the clear distinction between the offices, the specific services they offer, and the reality that while you have incredible guides, you are the one sitting behind the wheel. The resources are waiting for you. The path is laid out. But that very first step, that has to be yours. So, knowing that this journey belongs entirely to you, and knowing you have a dedicated team ready to throw you a lifeline if you ever hit that quicksand, how will you take the initiative today?